guys, how's it going? It's been a while, hasn't it? I've just been chilling around waiting for my animation to finish rendering, but I think I'm gonna give my computer a break and take a break from rendering. I'm going to spend tomorrow working on more creative work. Probably going to work on a new creature. Probably a sea creature. Something a little fun to occupy my time. I really do enjoy working on creatures, characters, and environments. And props as well. I've still got to finish that one environment that I haven't finished yet. Yeah, well, unfortunately something came up and it looks like I won't be ready to be a drummer in my friend's band yet, but I'm not one for the spotlight, so I still have plenty more things to do. Yeah. But other than that, it's been good. Still watching a lot of videos on YouTube. I've kind of been neglecting getting that new Shadow the Hedgehog game. Because, ever since I fell in love with my digital art, I haven't really had that much time to spend playing video games. But, yeah, honestly, I have been kind of a little bit bored lately. Haven't heard back from the jobs that I applied for. But I'm still content. Been still looking for some pretty cool stories to listen to on YouTube. There's this one that I heard recently that was pretty wild. This woman from Coca-Cola who worked at Coca-Cola felt underappreciated, so she got some of her friends to try and help her sell Coca-Cola secrets to Pepsi. But they got caught up in a FBI investigation. I really gotta say, it was a good business move for Pepsi not to accept the business secrets that they stole and instead snitch on them. Yeah, the rule of fair business competition is that you should never steal from your competitors. I mean, what's the pride in that? There's no there's no good in stealing secrets from your competitors. That's theft. That's unfair. There's also a lot of cool other things I've been looking at. Still into those crazy murder mysteries I see on Investigation Discovery and CSI. Yeah, the thing is, CSI may be a fictional show, but it has a lot of very likable characters. Yeah, it's really cool. I like CSI New York better than the original CSI show. Mostly because the characters are a lot more likable. And that it takes place in New York City. I've been to Vegas before and it's pretty cool, but I've never been to New York before and I really want to go to Manhattan one day. I mean, it's really hard to imagine that over like 200 years ago, there was no New York City, just vacant, sparse marshland. And now it's the greatest city in the world. One of my favorite stories of New York City was the story of the best prank in human history, when this random guy named Brett Cohen got together a team of people and basically pulled off this major social experiment where he basically tricked all of New York City into thinking that he was famous. Be sure to check it out sometime. It is absolutely hilarious. In my opinion, it's the best prank in human history. I mean, if you trick all of New York City into thinking that you're famous, I'd say that's a win. Still waiting to get a bit more motivation back. It's a pain waiting for my animation to render because my computer gets so slow. This animation involves a character named Riskond the Soulless Warlock. Now, he's a rather special character, a special villain, because he actually has a disability. He's blind. You see, Riskon was born and raised in the city of Adana, which is basically an emotional and physical death trap for everyone living inside. The people living there basically gave up their sanity and their freedom to live lives of luxury while sacrificing their lives to the carnivorous plant that sustains their luxury. They've completely destroyed their spirits by leaving themselves incapable of feeling sad. Even when one of their loved ones is killed by the carnivorous plant, they just can't bring themselves to feel sad. It's part of being insane. Now, Riskond, ever since he was born, his parents were afraid of him, not for his talented magic powers, but because he was blind. They didn't want to raise a blind child, and because they were insane along with all the other people of the city, they went to great lengths to try to cure Riskon of his blindness, even though with all the magic in the world of Lorestar, it was completely impossible. So they basically subjected him to a lot of spells that only made his magic abilities stronger. Over time, Riskon found ways to use his other senses and the extraordinary amount of magic that he possessed to navigate the world without having to see. You know, it's really funny. When I really think about it, Riskond is a little bit like Toph from Avatar: The Last Airbender, except instead of just being able to see his surroundings or sense his surroundings through the vibrations on the ground, he's also able to feel the air currents around him. Like he's able to feel the atmosphere surrounding him, to sense movement, and his hearing and his sense of smell are also a lot stronger than a normal natureman's. So much so that he can actually identify a person by hearing their heartbeats from a distance. Their heartbeats and their footsteps. So it's not just footsteps in the case of Toph. For Riskon, it's also a heartbeat. It may be a little strange that the guy is able to hear heartbeats from a long way away, but the thing is, there are some sounds that he's taught himself to specifically hone in on. There are certain types of sounds that he's sensitive to. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's what I'm up to. Yeah, just thought I'd drop another video for you guys. since it's been a while. I hope you enjoyed, and be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos as well.